Hold on.
Yo. Okay, we'll get started once GST fixes his mic. How about that?
Hello? Y'all can hear me?
That's better. That's so much better. Thank you, GST.
Alright, hold on. I gotta fix this setup real quick.
Alright, you do that.
I'm not playing chess. I cannot hear a word you guys are saying right now. Let me... Alright, can someone speak real quick?
Hello.
Hello? Oh, god darn it. Alright, I'm gonna turn up my volume one more time. Speak again?
Is that better? This is about gonna be my peak, so
Why are you so quiet, Tone? Can y'all hear him fine?
I can probably turn up my mic. I'm very far from it right now, and I can't get closer, but I can try to turn it off.
Okay. Well,
Give me 1 second.
I have no idea why it's not picking up your mic. Show non.
Is that better? Can you hear me?
I can slightly hear you.
Let me
I can hear
turn
the
it up.
audio of the stream or whatever. Okay, speak again.
Hello.
Darn. Okay, check user volume. It's at max. It's at 200%.
Is that better?
Yes, much better.
Okay, great. I just turned it off.
Okay. All right. So, what are you starting with today?
Okay. I will be starting with. First of all, I put together a little slideshow for you all. So here you go. I'm Tone. I'll be reviewing a few groups just to give you some pointers on how to make yours. Okay. So first, I'm gonna give a forward on hazards real quick. I don't know how many people know about them. They were a gimmick introduced in a previous comp. They're quirky terrains being revealed to the opponent as they trigger their effects. Think the terrains from the pressure clap. For this brief, they will be considered terrains in a different slot. That is wrong. They will be considered terrains. Right.
Something about hazards is that they had to activate on your opponent's turn. They were kind of like trap cards. Yes, they were trap cards from Yu-Gi-Oh, basically.
All right. Yeah. Just don't worry about them too much, I guess, because hold on a second. Orion wouldn't really make sense, but whatever. I'll read all of the Orion real quick. This is Orion. I forget which group comp it was from. GST could probably tell you.
Ah, that's my cue.
Yeah.
So this was from the last official comp. This I'm gonna bring up a certain censored person here. Gave it 4th place. I know, shocking. In my personal own opinion, I don't really think it fits the hazard brief. However, the group is extremely well made, so I'm going to go over it regardless.
Yeah, there you go. I'm just gonna go over all the cards real quick. I'll be talking about them at the end once I've finished all of it. Let's start. So our starters, we got Orion Whistleblower. When this card... Oh, wait, hold on a second. Actually, let me read the keywords first. Pursue. If you don't control a bounty, choose a bounty and put it into your terrain slot. Otherwise, level up your current bounty. We'll see what that means later. Each hazard will destroy themselves after 1 trigger, and the charges are removed for that purpose. Great. So we have Orion Whistleblower. When this card dies, pursue, then all Orions gain 100 power. Sure, it's just a little card. Cool. Orion Huntsman. When this card is cast, pursue. At the start of your turn, if you don't control a bounty, pursue. Real quick, let me just show all the bounties here. We have Sparista, level 1 at the start of your end step. It's very weird wording. Sorry about that. We're just gonna assume that it's end step, even though there was a clarification made. At the start of your end step, all Orions gain 100 health. Repeat this effect if this card's level 3 or greater. Parasol, level 1. At the start of your end step, deal 200 damage to each enemy fighter with the lowest health. Repeat this effect. Bounty of Variant. At the start of your end step, draw a card, except it's inert in all zones. Repeat this effect if the card level is 3 or greater. And then you have Bounty Chuz. Level 1. At the start of your end step, summon a 150-150 fighter with Defender that is inert in all zones. Repeat this effect if the card is level 3 or greater. Great, just to give a little bit of background on that.
All right. Before you start critiquing the group or anything,
Sure.
Tone, I have my own sheet of notes on this group. I am just going to compare them at the end to see if you got everything.
All right.
Yeah, it'll be a learning process for all of us, except for
Hooray.
me, because I'm perfect.
Oh, I'm sure you are. Great. I'll read Orion Huntsman again. When this card is cast, pursue. At the start of your turn, if you don't control a bounty, also pursue. It's a starter, 500, 250. It's very good. I'll be talking about that later. Orion Fiends. This card has haste if you've pursued this turn. When this card attacks, pursue, then search your deck for an Orion if it destroyed a fighter. It's a pretty good card. It's like Vicious Bee, but better. These two. Orion Maniac. Once per turn, whenever you pursue, unlock this card. Whenever you cast a bounty, give yourself an uncommon or common Orion. Orion Butcher mirrors this. Whenever you pursue, deal 50 damage to all enemy fighters. Whenever you cast a bounty, all allied Orions gain 100 power. Which is weird because you don't really cast these. I'll be talking about that later. Okay, Orion Inventor. When this card is cast, it gains 100 health for each different name among bounties in your graveyard. When this card destroys another, pursue. So it starts out as a 300-600, and it can grow up to a max of 700-600. So that's great. Orion Obfuscator. Whenever you cast an Orion, pursue, or target fighter gains 150 power if you've already cast an Orion instead this turn. I always found this card kind of weird when I was reading it, but I guess, bro. Orion Pacemaker. When this card is cast, pursue for each allied Orion you control. Give yourself an ass instead. Yeah, I really like this card actually. It feels like it really works. The same can't be said about this one though. Nature in Shambles. This card costs 1 white less for each different name among bounties in your graveyard. Pursue, then all enemy fighters lose 50 health and power. Repeat this effect for each colorless stud lost this way. I have no idea what that means. It's not worded well at all.
So it can repeat up to 4 times? I don't know how this would look in the actual game's code. They probably could have just worded it better if they just used it, or used it oppositely. It's just a bad card overall.
It's not a good card, but yeah, it's not worded well either. So
no,
that's That sucks. I'll be talking about it later. And we have the bounty board. Whenever you cast an Orion, trigger your current bounty as if it was the start of your end step, then pursue. Whenever you cast a bounty, repeat its effect an additional time. This card works pretty well as a win con. Whenever you pursue, or whenever you cast an Orion, it'll basically just destroy it instantly and trigger its effect, which is very nice. Oh, whoops. You know, okay, I think I got all of it. Let me just go to the slide. What is this group? Orion is a group that revolves around the keyword pursue, giving you a bounty, or levels it up, that bursts on your end step, granting rewards based on the amount of pursuit triggered in one turn. Bounties are destroyed once they trigger. I'll start with what they did right, then what to avoid. What they did right. The payoffs of this group look very cool. It's not balanced great, but the concept of a snowballing terrain is very interesting. I have highlighted, underlined here. Interesting mechanics are cool. What else is that stud curve works nicely into the group's favor, and the good play lanes are good. Great. Now on what to avoid. Due to how it's worded, Orion Huntsman procs its effect each turn, granting its tremendous value for 3W, 3 white. Let me just read that one more time. When this card is cast, pursue. At the start of your turn, if you don't control a bounty, pursue. So basically, you're getting any one of these that you choose at the start of your turn, just for having this little guy alive. And that's very powerful. Don't print cards that give more value than they cost without a fair exchange. On to the next one. Orion Butcher and Orion Maniac, and actually the win con as well, the bounty board. They would not work because you don't actually cast bounties. I understood the intention, but word your cards accurately. We will deduct points for incorrect or incoherent wording. Or at least I will. Nature in Shambles 2, we were talking about that one. Repeat this effect for each colorless stud lost this way. Who knows what that means. If your cards are a word salad, I will be deducting points. And the final one that I have for this group is this group has no game plan, it is aimless. Not only does it have no way to close games, the payoffs, although unique, have minimal impact on the end game. Groups should have game plans. So it's all super, like, bare bones stuff. I hope that helped at least a little bit. That's kind of all I had for that one, so we're gonna move on to Snowdwellers.
Oh, I do want to note some of the things that I had with this group.
Sure, let's hear it, just
go back to the spreadsheet. So we're going to look at the starters first, because the starters, unfortunately, are two very opposite coins. One of them is garbage. The other is insanely good.
Yes.
Guess which one is which?
We'll leave that as an exercise to the viewers.
Yeah. Whistleblower having an on-death effect on a starter is very bad, because that means if your opponent doesn't kill it, or guess what, you go first, you're not triggering this for 2 turns. And let's look at Orion's Huntsman, the objectively better card. So automatically, just when you cast it, you pursue. And then also, at the start of your turn, you just pursue. No need to do anything else. You could just run this in normal mono red. Because why wouldn't you? There's literally a bounty that just draws you a card. So if we scroll down to the bounties real quick, this is effect. Like, let's say I'm not gonna really pick like which one's my favorite here, but let's just say you get Bounty Avarian, the one that draws you a card. This is now a 3 colorless draw a card in a mono red. This is a better Samson. Wow. What the hell? Now,
incredible.
This brings me on to my next point. The actual hazards themselves. There is no point in pursuing past 3 times, despite how much the group makes you want to do it. Yeah, I know, Pikachu. So, instead of being this weird kind of charge group where, oh, I want as many charges so I can get a draw 4. Oh my god, Brometheus. Instead, you have an entire group that focuses on mid-range effects. Mid-range, yes, mid-range. And on top of that, since you have a weird-ass token pool, I don't know why this token pool is here, to be honest. It makes balancing this group an absolute nightmare. I understand that you want to add, like, variation and stuff like that, but so some of these bounties are way better than the other ones. Like, let's look at Bounty Spritza. Oh my god, they all gain 100 health. Okay, so not only is this grouped, so it doesn't affect all my fighters, but let's just look at the one right next to it. Deal 200 damage to each enemy fighter with the lowest health. Now, not only is this not grouped, but sometimes I can get away with killing a 1-drop. Oh, yeah, no. So, if you guys are going to make a group that randomly gives you tokens, give me a reason for it.
It does not randomly give tokens, by the way. You get
What
to
do you mean?
choose whichever one you want.
Oh, you get to choose? Never mind. My bad.
Yeah.
Choose a bounty.
So
Okay.
you're basically always choosing a variant if you want.
Okay, so it just goes back to the original point, right? Like, why would I
Exactly.
choose any of the other tokens when I have a draw 1 that I can do on a starter? This is
You
his
don't.
group. Yeah, no. Why would I do anything? I literally have better Samson for cheaper. Go back up. We're going to talk about the next card now. Orion Fiends. So this is a haste turn 1 card. So the thing about haste cards on very cheap cards is that if you play them going first, you get the ability of generation. Oh my god. Now, and not only does this card just not work with the other starter, I want you guys to be very, very careful when you design your groups to not make a starter better than the other one. Like, Orion Fiends, this is such bad design because not only does it, you really want to cast this going first because you get the gen and then you get to draw a card. Hell, even if you don't get the haste, like let's say you got the other trash garbage starter, you still get a card that searches your deck when it destroys something else. I don't even know why. When this card attacks, it really should be when this card attacks and destroys another.
I think it's supposed to be that, but it's just worded oddly.
No, because it only specifically does it if it destroyed.
Here,
I
let
don't know.
me read it real quick. When this card attacks, pursue, then search your deck for an Orion fighter if it destroyed one. It's kind of like the Grinders starter.
I don't know, but regardless, bees do this better. Oh well, okay. I'm not gonna. I hate bees. Bees are a
Vicious Bee is
sin on
terrible,
this
GST.
world.
I'm sorry. It's an awful card. This is much better than
Um,
that. Anyways, finish the thought.
um, bees. You pointed out vicious bee, which is good. It's a good comparison. However, bees also have their own sin by printing a card that is just whenever an enemy dies, search your deck for a card, while also having haste for like virtually zero reason. I don't know what's going on with vicious bee. Vicious bee, bees are you
It's
can
terrible.
yeah, bees in general are terrible design. Moving on to the next one, Orion Maniac. This card, you could cast it turn 1 probably, and just kill people's starters, and it's probably worth it too, because of just how bounty works in general. And it's a card advantage, guys. If it costs 3 or 4 colored studs, and it gives you card advantage whenever you do something, then people are going to be casting it turn 1. Why? Because it immediately refunds its shit. This card,
Yeah.
like, you don't even need to get the. Um, hell, it's even better when you do get like the. Let's say you play this first, then you get the starter down. Specifically, the 3 colorless starter, because that's the one we actually care about. You can kill people's starters, and then on top of that, you're getting card advantage. So Apocrypha actually have this exact same thing going on, where they get all their shit unlocked turn 1, and they have a card engine generator. And it leads to the most bullshit, unfair group, but only if they go first. They're a top tier.
Hold on a sec. GST, can you elaborate? Are you talking about Apocrypha or Spectres?
I think it's Apocrypha Spectres, actually. That's my bad. You know
Yeah,
that
they have a very strong
they
turn
are
1. It's turn 1 or bust.
they are one of the best groups in the game, only when they go first, which I find is hilarious. Because for some reason suspend unlocks.
Pro tip, guys, just don't go second.
Hold on. Sorry, 1 second.
You're all good.
Moving on though. Orion Butcher. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I just like when you have bread effects like this, where they're small. I think the card's fine. This design is lovely. Thank you. Okay, okay. You know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's just it's a big fighter. I don't have. I'm gonna move on. This is just my own personal like gripes. Is when you have
Blocker
small
whiz.
Whiz blocker whiz. 4 colorless.
No, it's the stat line. Sorry.
Oh my. Okay, bro.
No,
It's
my fault, man.
pattern
My fault.
recognition.
My fault. My fault.
Moving on to the next one in the group. I fucking hate this design. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't be rude or anything, but the fact that there is so bad scaling, it is literally just 100 health. And on
Okay,
top
hold
of
on a
that,
second.
what's up?
Actually, no. Finish the thought, and then I'll talk about it.
Oh, you're good. You're good. The fact that it's different bounties. I know this group is supposed to be. Oh my god, you want to get all the bounties to get your reward. Um, why is the effect so bad for getting more than one? I mean, this guy is fine on his own. What's the vanilla stat lines for this? 800, 400?
Oh, which one are you looking at?
Orion Inventor for this.
It's
Like,
a 300, 600 at first.
oh, I was talking about stats for cost.
Oh, my fault. My fault.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I don't. Okay, Pikachu, by the time it becomes 700, 600, this is like turn 10. Or I guess you can get it soon as like turn 4, but why would you do that?
You forgot the starter, man. You could get it like turn
Oh,
4.
yeah, my bad. Like the very, very good one versus the garbage one. Please, hey guys, come on. I don't even care if you print 2 starters for your group if they're literal clones of each other. Okay, of course this is going to get you points off if you make it into the final product. Please don't make it into the final product.
Have unique cards, please.
Yes. You could just make them slightly different. Like, oh my god, one's end of turn and the other's start of turn, but it has slightly better stats or something. I don't know. Okay, they both work. They both work. But why is the benefit so small? And then on top of it, destroys another pursue. It might be fine if it was like if your starter just didn't give you a bunch of pursuit anyways. And not to okay, whenever this card destroys another, so if your opponent's playing like Shamrock, Doge, they're gonna be proccing this like 3 times. Assuming it gains a little bit of health, you're casting this turn 4.
Yeah.
This is gonna make it wildly inconsistent to fight, because sometimes you're gonna be fighting Mr. Mono Red himself, who is going to kill this in one blow. And probably won't even get the destroy off, let's be honest here. And then you have Mr. Mono Yellow, who is going to curse you for playing such a devilish card. And then let's move on to the next one. You have to be careful about matchup stuff. Oh, sorry,
Before we
my
move
bad.
on real quick. No, you're all good. Don't worry. I would just like to say, compared to GST, I think it's a very nice card actually. I wish that Pursuit actually did something, but fundamentally, a card like this is actually very nice. It reminds me of Impressionable Kin. Anyways, on
Impressionable
to the
Kin.
next one.
Which one's Impressionable Kin for the people that don't know?
It's Impressionable Kin is the 50, I think, what is it? 1,800. It's like the Reunion Remnant, but it grows with every terrain that's in your graveyard. It's gain 150 health for each terrain in your graveyard.
Oh boy. All right.
Yeah.
I have quarrels with that one too. I know. I'm such a microphone for this kind of stuff. Next one, Armor Skater. This one's fine. You need stuff sometimes that triggers when you cast something in the group to encourage you to actually run grouped cards. And so far there's not any like, oh, you have to base plate cards in order to get these effects. So a type of effect like this can work. Why the fuck is it a choice? Why is it a choice? Like, if you've already cast an Orion this turn, what? Why? I want to
I wouldn't say it's a
pursue.
choice, but it's like a very weird cue. It's so strange. It's not a choice, but it's also basically a once each turn trigger.
Okay, and then it has like a pity effect. I don't. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Why not just make it pursue? Or, I don't know, gain power. I don't. If it was gain power, it'd actually be garbage. But maybe make it pursue. I don't know. Maybe. But then again, wait. This is kind of just like the starter. I guess it's not capped, but realistically, you're not like proccing this effect more than like twice because of how expensive some of the cards are. Okay, well then you have like the the Mr. Haste over here, who also searches copies of himself. Because why not?
Yeah, I feel like that one would. It wouldn't even be problematic. This is just a very bad card, I think.
Yeah. And no one would like playing it. And I
Nope.
bet you it'd be one of the first cards removed.
Awkward.
Yes. For the next one. What? Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It should trigger on bounty too? Bro, we would have to redefine the group as a whole. How did this get fourth place? You know what? Never mind.
Okay, I will say it is designed pretty well. Good job, Piku. I do like where the group is going, but it's not balanced very well at
Where
all.
it's going? Bro.
Yeah.
Bro, it had no start or destination, bruh. What do you mean where it's going?
I liked the concept. I liked where it was going in terms of that.
I think the only thing probably salvageable here is the triggers. I think the triggers are cool on the starter. Start of turn. Wowie. That's cool. I like that. Whenever you cast an Orion, nice. Good job. We need grouped cards that trigger when you cast group stuff. It's gonna feel bad to play, but whatever. The rest of this, you would have to cut the group in half. You would literally need to throw out half of it. You would need to throw out the keyword. You would need to throw out half of the bounties. I mean, you would need to, half the triggers, like the one that gives you Nansence, you would also have to throw that away. This group, to me, would probably be conceptually flawed and probably just get a D because of that. Because of how bad the keyword was, and it just poisoned this entire group. It's not one Nansence stud. It's as many as you want.
So you know what, right? GST, look at what Piku just said in chat. He's actually so right.
Arenians. It's peak. It's Nansence. Don't you love Nansence?
I love Nansence studs.
Oh, well, this card, it allows me to get like 7 red, 7 green or something. I don't know.
Are you looking at Pacemaker right now?
Yeah.
It gives you one. Oh, hold on a second. Okay. This is odd because the way that Google, what is this? Cheats? I'm not sure if that's on a separate line, because depending on if that's part of the same sentence, it could either give you one Nascent stud, or it could give you a bunch of Nascent studs. It's one. Okay, Piku's saying it's one. It's just one Nascent stud.
Okay, never mind then. Yeah, garbage card. Goodbye. I would never run this. I would cut this from the group. Next one.
Yeah, we got everyone's favorite card, Nature in Shambles.
Wow, what a cool lore card. I wonder what its effect will be. Surely it relates to the bio and the name. I guess.
Who cares about the lore, dude? Talk about the card.
Talk about yeah. My bad.
No, you're all good. But
we have 250. Turn 4. I mean, well, you can't really get all the bounties in your graveyard turn 4, can you? You can get them turn 5 though.
You can probably get them turn 5.
Okay, so turn 5, you get like a 2 green, 2 red. I'm repeating everything that Tone said for this card. We can move on.
Great.
Bad card. Goodbye. I had a note somewhere about this. Let me see. And pursue. This card, cool. I love it. It should have been what the group is. This effect should be attached to the keyword or something. Because I think a keyword like this could actually work, where you have to like attach 3 gears to the terrain, and then it'll proc, and then it'll do something, and then you get to do more shit with like that. I think that would be cool. I think you could probably make a group based around attaching token gears. Maybe you have it work like do you know what that one yellow terrain is, Tone?
Great Justice City.
Yes, that whenever like an ally fighter dies, attach a gear to
all
this
of its
card.
gears onto it. Yeah.
Yes. Wouldn't that be a cool group?
Yeah.
If you were to like make a token terrain about that, guys, get complex with your keywords. You don't have to get as complex. I think my keyword for like the last official group comp was literally just Protester's Effect. But you should be able to make your group interesting. I want to learn what cool shit I can do. What Pikachu offered me here is that let's look at the bounties real quick.
Oh yeah, right on.
I get to play mid-range, red-green, where I guess I draw inert cards every turn. I don't. This is kind of like Alar, the payoffs, if you think about it. Alar has the all allied Alar, gain like 200 health.
You know what? It's exactly like Alara, actually.
I don't know. I wouldn't go as far as to say that. You know, does Alar have a 3-color list, Samson?
Well, not quite.
Almost. We're all Doomspire.
Could I just add a little bit more to this? Just the whole group.
Go ahead, man.
I think this would have worked very well if the bounties were balanced better. I don't understand. I mean, obviously it has its flaws otherwise, but I think the most glaring one is that I would not choose any other bounty besides a Varian, which draws a card. Or 2 cards, actually.
I don't know about that. It's probably never going to cast or draw 2. You're more than likely going to be subbing
if you're
out.
playing the deck, eventually you're going to draw 2.
Eventually. Keyword there.
Yeah, it's still minimum a draw 1.
But why would I play the group when the starter does the entire job for me? Like, I could just run some like mid-range slop with the Orion starter and then just completely ignore the group's gimmick, which is kind of what Defend the Terrain does. Like, you don't really run anything that actually summons the terrain. You just run a bunch of stuff that's supposed to support it.
Yeah.
Not to say that Defend the Terrain isn't like, or on this level, but they both just had their problems where you're better off not playing into like the group's game plan and better off just using it for mid-range stuff. Not amazing.
Yeah. I would like to say versatility is great. Just make sure that your group still has an identity.
Yes, of course. From this though, I've had judges been ranking the groups based on how salvageable they are, because I like to think of groups as like, what tiny changes could I make to this group to make this actually good? If you can make like a few changes and it's genuinely perfect, like let's say they have a really bad keyword. It's like misspelt, you could fix it and then you'd probably get first place. This could be a group in game. Then, that would be like an A tier, ideal group. Or if you'd have to go out of your way to make multiple changes to it in order for it to be in game, that would be more like a B tier, where there's probably like 3 or 4 cards that don't really work inside the group, and if you just change those, you'd be good. For C, I forgot what I put for it. I should really be reading my notes when it comes to this stuff. Let me go ahead and do that. 1 second, guys. I'm pulling up sheets right now. Or not sheets, Google Slides. You guys remember last group comp, right? Where I had
which one?
Milkman's group comp.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I broke each group down into a grade afterwards and gave them some advice on what they would have to change in order for this to actually be in game. I have it now. Thank you. All right. I'm going to post this image here so then I can elaborate on it. A, of course, being the most ideal approach, very few changes needed. B just needs a touch up. C has some major flaws. This can tie sort of into like the keyword or stuff. It would just have to be like, you can keep the core identity, but a few things have to change about it. And as a result, probably every card would have to do a small shift. D tier would be like, it was flawed from the start. You had a bad keyword, and you went with it anyways, and this was the result of it. It's kind of just mistakes piling up. And then schizophrenia is anything that's like Uma Musume. They forgot how to what game they were playing, and they just made all the cards in your hand inert and fleeting.
Night Watchers
too.
what was the first group that you sent me?
Oh
The
shoot.
it was like the toxic guys. They built up radiation. I
Yes.
think that would be like D tier.
Yes. Anything that you don't really think is salvageable at all, it goes in D tier. There's gonna be a lot of these.
Yeah.
So,
I hope you guys do your best to make at least C tier groups. I would love a lot of A tier groups. That would be great.
uh,
But
well, we'll
please
see.
just make it readable. That would be very appreciated.
I think last group comp we had 2 A's. They ended up battling for first place. We had like 3 B tiers. A lot of people fell in C's.
That makes
A
sense.
lot of small changes they could have made to improve it. Otherwise from that though, what would you rate this group? We're not doing points
I
or
would
anything.
give this group a C. I
C?
think it's not completely doomed, but with the starters, with the best possible bounty you could ever want, and just kind of the ineffectiveness of a lot of the cards, I think that it would need a lot of changes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Moving on to the next one then.
Great. And I have one more slide for that. This is a forward for commanders. Commanders were another concept introduced in a Milkman comp. I think. GST, is that correct?
Yes, I can go ahead and explain it if you want as well.
Great. Actually, let me just read the slide real quick.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So they are also quirky terrains, much like hazards, but they have a unique zone and have stats, so they can be attacked and destroyed in combat. Think of these cards as fighters that exist outside the field and can't attack unless specified.
Yes. So their entire thing was, what if we made terrains that were attackable? Now they'd have their own stats, and your opponent could choose to attack them if they wanted. However, terrains could not attack from the terrain zone. That was it. To be fair, there was a lot of confusion going on about how commanders should work, which is how we got the next group.
Ray, great. So we're gonna be moving on to Snowdwellers. Um, this is a red, green, blue group, and I will just go over briefly the cards. I'll read my slide, and then GST and I will dive more deep into them. I'll read the keywords real quick. We have Forage, which is put a random ingredient card into your base plate, and Feast, select and destroy said ingredient in your base plate. Great. Let's start with our 2 starters. We have Snowdell Devilson. During your end step, Forage is 3 white, 400, 400. Pretty nice stat line, and you get some cards in your base plate. Let me see if I could find them. There we go. These are the possible ingredients. We have 2-feeder grub, inert and base plate. When this card is destroyed, all allied fighters gain 50 health and power. We have Aurora Shrooms, inert and base plate as well. When this card is destroyed, give yourself a Nascent Stud. Surely that won't be problematic. And we have Crystallized Salt, inert and base plate. When this card is destroyed, a target fighter loses 150. Hooray. Cauldron Chef. This one is 2 white. When this card dies, Feast. If you do, give yourself a Studling of the same color as the destroyed ingredient. If you didn't, Forage. It's kind of like the Orion starter.
And we know how
We
that
have
went.
yeah. We have Snowdell Guard. When this card attacks, Feast. That's the destroy. Then Forage. Yeah, I like this card. I think it's pretty cool. Here's their terrain. We have Snowdell. When this card is cast, Forage twice. During your end step, Feast. If you feasted twice this turn, draw a fleeting card. I'm concerned with this one because I don't think that red, green, blue gets fleeting draw, but who cares? I'll talk about the Terrarian last. We have Ice Rain, the Frozen Storm. I love this card actually. Let me just read it all real quick. It goes to the graveyard when destroyed. This card can't counter while in your commander zone. I don't think they usually could. Never mind. During
They
your end
could.
step. Okay, great. So they were literally just terrains but fighters.
Yes.
Hooray. During your end step, if there are 15 ingredient cards in your graveyard, put this card into play. Select 5 ingredients in your graveyard and attach a copy of those cards and overload to all allied fighters. Once each turn, whenever a card leaves your base plate, give yourself a random ingredient card. I think you can guess how strong this one might be. For being only 1 red, 1 green, and 1 blue.
Oh boy, I hope you're saying what you're gonna say, bro.
Perhaps. You'd probably be like, you totally missed the mark. Anyways.
I did get to test this group in playtesting, so I'll tell you after.
Oh, I bet that's gonna go swimmingly. Okay. Sundial City Culture. It also goes to the graveyard when destroyed. It is a commander. Whenever you feast, attach a copy of the destroyed card to this commander and a target fighter. If there's 6 gears attached to it, put it into play. This card kind of sucks. I'll talk about it more later. Snowdell Mycologist. Twice each turn, whenever you cast an allied Snowdweller, forage. Not much to say about this one. It's just put more stuff into your base plate. Great. Frozen Past. This one I have a few issues with. Recur 3 ingredient cards and search your deck for a Snowdweller. This costs 1 white, 1 red, 2 green. This will use basically your whole turn on turn 2 or 3. For nothing. Hooray. Terrible card. We have our cycle here. We have Impish Hunter. When this card is cast, forge twice. This fighter gains 50 health and power for each ingredient card in your graveyard and base plate. It starts as a 350/350. We have Infern Sledge. When this card is cast, forage. During your end step, feast twice. If you do, attach copies of the destroyed cards to a target fighter. Yeah, I kind of like that one actually. It's pretty cool. Toothy Deer Colony. When this card is cast, feast twice. If you do, summon a copy of this card, except it's inert in play, and zombify it. When this card dies, forage and draw a card. This one is really cheap and very good. It's very concerning to me. Okay. Old Legend Spirits. Oh yeah, this one too. Rank 7. When this card is cast, forage thrice. Twice each turn, after this card finishes attacking, feast. If you do, unlock this card. It is a 1,600. So, let me go to the slide real quick. I kind of forgot what I put in here. Sorry, just see if it's like trash information. I wrote this at like 4 a.m.
You're good, bro.
What is this group? Snow Dwellers is a red-green-blue group that focuses on putting ingredients into your base plate, then destroying them for beneficial effects. Once you destroy enough, summon Ice Ray in the Frozen Storm to buff all your fighters and apply powerful death effects to them. We'll start with what this group did right. My first point, even splashing 3 or 4 of these cards could prove very helpful when it comes to deck building. Splashable cards are encouraged, just make sure that your group doesn't lose its identity when thinking about splash. Great. For my next one, Ice Rain is a great win con. It's cheap and ineffective at a first glance, but you're rewarded for playing for the group in full with a hearty payoff. Win cons should be equally as strong as they are hard to achieve. Now for what this group did wrong. Old Legend Spirit's essentially a super dexterous offcast, which is incredibly scary. This is Snowdweller's Winmore, which is a little too versatile. Grouped Winmore should have more of a payoff in their own group, compared to the powerhouse of this card. For my next one, Frozen Past doesn't do very much and conflicts with Ice Rain. Grouped actions should have a distinct purpose that benefits the group. See Overseer Growth Ritual, Artificial Player Base, or Strange Shipment. Even more widely used actions like aggressive advertising are good.
All right.
Is there anything that you want to say about this group?
Oh, I have a lot to say about this group. Going back to the starters, one is slightly better than the other. Guess what? So, two
Yeah.
colorless do shit on death. Unfortunately, this card, Feasting First, was so bad. Oh god, it was terrible in testing. A lot of the times you'd go second. With just Cauldron Chef, you would lose because, oh my god, I didn't forage first. So now my entire deck doesn't work. Snowdwell Dwelvson is fine. I like this card. I liked it in testing. Some problems though is that the group really doesn't have much survivability, so you're just kind of casting your shit and then hoping it survives. Um,
Does it really
it
not have survivability?
no.
That's kind of
You're gonna
crazy to me.
see. Let's go back to the gears real quick.
I
Let's
got
talk
you.
about the tokens.
Ooh.
One of these is better than the others. Guess which?
um. Well, I bet Aurora Shrooms is really messed up, and Crystallized Salt is very.
Yes, crystallized salt and aurora shrooms were the best. Tooth eater grub is micro interactions, which
Hooray!
yeah, yay. Sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. A lot of the time it won't. So a lot of the time you're looking at aurora shrooms, but you can't get it consistently. So it's really hard to build your deck around it. Going back though, this is another problem: is that if you have 3 random tokens for stuff like this, and you have a tricolor, so you have a inconsistent tricolor, and you have an inconsistent token pool that you have to consistently pull from. Not great. It made testing this like living hell because I could not predict what was going to happen. I really, really wanted Aurora shrooms sometimes, but I wouldn't get them. Um, let's go up to the top. So Snowdale Guard. I like this card. It should have had its keywords flipped. It really should have forged and then feasts. The card is 3 colored studs. I think it can do that. Yeah, I think, it's earned it, I know it has good stats for
Yeah.
cost, but it felt really bad in testing, where when I got the 2 colorless guy, and then I just kind of had to end my turn. We did have stuff like Chef in the deck as well, to add, like, 1 drops, so you could actually curve into
Oh yeah.
Snowdwell's guard and other cards, but, oh my god, you casted this turn 2 and just prayed it survived, because when this card attacks trigger is very, very volatile. If your opponent doesn't
Yeah.
address it, it might do something. I don't know. Will it do something? Maybe. Going on this trade. Train was okay. It had 2 red, 1 blue, which made it so a lot of the times I couldn't cast it. Turn 2 when I really wanted to because Forge twice. Holy moly. Maybe that'll kickstart my deck since I got a really bad starter. It didn't. A lot of the times, the feasting was not great because it didn't let me really catch up because of how weak the effects are, especially at the end of your turn. Like, okay, I know, like, Toothy Deer Grub, but I really wanted it now when I'm about to trade with a fighter, maybe that 50/50.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I was to buff this card, I'd probably just remove the red cost right there, and then just have it feast during your end step. There's no reason this card really can't be cheap. Fleeting Draw was annoying. I would've
I
just removed
don't
it.
understand why it's fleeting. I think the only yellow gets that. Literally every other color, but the ones that
Um,
they had. Okay.
red oh, wait, no, red actually
Red
doesn't.
red
Oh.
red only gets life loss draw, green gets no draw, and blue gets inert draw or good draw.
Oh, okay, okay. Terrarian, I didn't
Oh,
play test
sorry, I
Terrarian.
forgot to talk about that one.
Oh, go for it.
It says rarity legendary here. It's actually token, if you couldn't tell. Whenever you cast a terrain, attach 2 ingredient cards to it. So that one's actually really nice. It seems like a good one. Too bad it's locked behind a pretty trashy terrain.
It was okay. I could imagine people probably using this in Terrarians, but red-blue Terrarians don't exist really, so womp womp. Um, Another thing, we're gonna talk about the top end. Tone,
Oh, hooray.
I know you glazed this card to no end, but I want you to look at the number of ingredients you need to have in your graveyard.
That's 15 ingredients. You're probably getting this card at what? Turn 9, turn 10 for it to proc its
Bro,
effect?
I got this motherfucker out turn 20.
Oh,
Because if your opponent can reliably apply any sort of pressure, there is no way to consistently put ingredients into your base plate and destroy them. There is no quick action that can just conveniently convert all of the feasts you have. You have to wait for the terrain to actually do stuff, which is
you know
a
what? That
big
makes a
giant.
lot of sense.
And then, not to mention this, but 15 feast triggers? Oh my god, this group is good, but if you don't get the like 3 colorless starter, you basically are never triggering this.
I would
And
like to add a caveat to that.
what's up?
There are a few cards that attach ingredients to other fighters.
This is true, but they are not
Let's see.
reliable. They have an
That makes
on
sense.
cast. and they do their
Oh, what
effect.
is it? Just I think it's just Inferno Sledge actually.
No. Oh, never mind.
Oh, is there
Sorry,
another
sorry,
one?
sorry. No, no, no. Sorry, sorry, sorry.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, no, no, no. You're good. You're good. I will note though that the tokens are not inert when discarded,
Yes.
so you could discard them for studs. I guess I don't know why you'd really do that. They suck to cast. One green 50/50, bro.
I don't know why you would cast them.
I refund it. Don't you see? It gives me a Nansen stud. So
Woohoo.
well, I get to save that gen for next turn because it's not fleeting. Don't you see, Tone?
This is genius, bro. Can this
Yeah.
group get
So
an A already?
yeah, but going back to the commander, limit was a little too high. Effect, wow, love
Oh,
it. It is a big ass effect.
it's cool.
The
I love the effect.
the only difference is that I probably wouldn't have made this like a commander. I would have just made it a normal fighter that like
I don't like commanders. I think they're fundamentally flawed, but
I think they can work. But you have to do them very uniquely. I wouldn't have an
yeah.
entire zone for them. Uh, oh yes, he's recording. Okay, cool. I wouldn't have an entire zone for them. I would literally just put them in the train zone. So a group like this probably couldn't even work if you were to make like commanders good. Um, but man, during your end step as well, it's just such a yikes. It does it. Okay, I will say another thing. Attach 5 ingredients in your graveyard. Attach those cards and overload to all allied fighters. If you could pull this off early, which I bet you could
You win the
probably,
game.
yes, you win. You effectively win because you get a 300 stat bonus, as well as basically infinite studs. Because remember what Shroom does. Not to mention that there was so much targeting going on if this card does proc early, because 150 power loss on target. If you just want to go to that token real quick.
Oh yeah, that's crystallized salt.
Yes, Crystallized
Hooray.
Salt is target on opponent turn, which is yikes, especially when you can do it multiple times, several times. Ugh. I bet if this was
Yeah,
in game, it would feel like a slug to go through.
fighting stagnation. Oh.
Go to the left. We'll talk about the other cards real quick.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? I kind of hate Sundial. It sucks.
Okay, okay. I get the hate. This card, I would have liked if it was just a normal terrain. Like, you probably could have slapped this onto the terrain instead of having two commanders. I think the inherent idea of even having two commanders is bad. I know.
It
Shocker,
would have to
shocker.
be it would have to be very specific on how you go about that.
Okay, but even if like I want the late game one, but I can't cast it until my sundial procs, which it probably won't for a long time. A lot of this group is delayed payoff, which is bad because my opponent is mono red or they're playing the video game. I know, crazy. They're not playing Stall X. But even
I
if they
hate
are
when
playing
people play
Stall
my
X,
game.
I know. But even if they are playing Stall X, this group has zero way to break through Stall or other mid-range decks. As a matter of fact, they only have stats. Let's. However, we'll get to that when we go to the top ends and how they don't fix the group's problems in matchups that they should win. Snowdell Mycologist is a little bit of a disappointment to me. This card could have had better stats, especially for how weak its effect is.
Yeah.
Guys, I'd rather have your cards be overstated than understated. Because it makes it feel like shit to play. Even if it is a little bit of a problem, even if it is just a little bit meta. Damn, bro, this effect kind of sucks. Go on to the
Please
next
don't
one.
make us. Oh, one sec. Real quick. Please don't make a card that costs 3 studs and is 700. I will cry.
It, hey, if it's inert in play, maybe.
It's a nerd and play. Okay, bro.
Maybe, bro. Maybe. I don't know.
Just maybe. Just maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe if
Mm.
it suspend itself.
Yeah, it's suspend itself. All right, moving on to the next one though. The rares.
Oh, are you gonna talk about Frozen Past?
Oh, sorry. Oh my God, I
You're
completely
good. You're
forgot
good.
about this card.
Yeah, it
Um,
kind of sucks. What does he even do?
so originally there was going to be more focus on the tiers actually having stats and such. Instead, they gave it 50/50. Why would I cast these? Yikes. Oh, it's
I
one
would
C search. It is one C search. If you discard the ingredients, it's one colorless, draw one. Oh
woohoo.
my god.
I
This
would
is
like to
pretty much the
do
most usage you'll get out
do
of this
one
card.
better. It's not only like a useless card basically, but also it's like anti-synergy with Ice Rain because now your cards are no longer in your graveyard.
Okay, but you can just put them back in there.
Well, I guess, but still kind of weird.
I like it. I think attaching the tokens that you give to fighters is a cool idea, but they didn't expand upon it, like, at all. There is literally
Yeah.
nothing here. Like, let me cast these gears as gears. Oh my god, brilliant idea. I know, I know. But that would have made it just would have added so much more to the group. That would have added so much more potential complexity, so much more
Yeah.
points I could give it for creative design. But it's a one card. For shame.
Rip.
It would. All right, sorry, 1 second. My
Oh, good.
mic's fucked again. Uh, um, I'm gonna let you speak then, Toad. Try and guess why these three
Um,
cards are bad.
sure, I got you. We'll start with Impish Hunter. I'll read it one more time. When this card is cast, forge twice. This fighter gains 50 health and power for each ingredient card in your graveyard and base plate. I'll assume that following GST saying that Ice Rain is not good, it would be the same reason for Impish Hunter.
Yes,
It does not grow very much for its stats, for its
that is
cost.
correct. So let's just do the calculations right here. You have foraged 10 times. Let's say 10. It's turn 7. Sure, I think I
Sure,
foraged about 10 times. Um, is this even worth it at that cost? Even
That's
if
an
you forage
850,
5 times?
850 for 6 studs.
I don't know, man. Like, I put in all this effort, and I don't really feel rewarded.
You get
Like,
a
it's just a
Hapalo and
fat
Bounty
body.
Hunter. Hooray.
Let's go on to Infernus Sledge, though.
Great. I assume
If
the
I
reason that this one would not be great is because you're saying that there's kind of just a lack of things. Actually, can you just speak on this one real quick? I'm
yeah,
interested to
sure,
hear
sure,
what you
sure.
have to say.
So, making on-cast Forage, already incredibly weak, because, oh my god, I spent my entire turn to cast this card, and it just Forage once, Feast twice is fine. If every other card in this group wasn't also competing to Feast. Even if we scroll up real quick, let's look at that 600, 300.
Which one is that
Uh,
again?
one at the very top. Top, top, top.
Oh, there we are.
Snowdwell Guard and Snowdwell themselves make it so that your base plate is almost entirely empty 99% of the time. Like, if it goes
That
in
makes
there,
a
it's
lot of
immediately
sense.
coming out. Snowdwell Guard sort of kind of replaces what he steals, but he's still like a neutral at most. And if we look at Cauldron Chef, the worst two colorless starter of all time, he just feasts. He doesn't forage, he doesn't replace. He just takes. Which, okay, lore wise, yes, but it makes the group feel like shit. Especially when I go to play other cards, like scroll down again. Some of these cards require me to feast in order to activate their effects. So if my base plate's empty, I don't get their effects. But I'm playing the group like I'm supposed to be. I'm taking stuff out. Apparently, though, I'm just taking too much stuff out,
Yeah.
which isn't great because the terrain makes it so that I'm actively losing on those numbers. I just wouldn't have I wouldn't even have the terrain have an on-step effect. Honestly, with how bad it felt to play, maybe that's the rework it needed, right?
Perhaps.
I agree though. Attaching copies of the destroyed cards to yourself, kind of fire. The problem is if both of them are Nansens, you kind of wow, 4 Nansen studs.
Woohoo.
Yes, surely this is balanced.
Let's cast Ledusha.
Sure. Um, which is funny because this group has absolutely nothing to ramp to.
Yeah, I think that's a problem with red, green, blue as a whole. Like they don't ramp to very much. Maybe like Beast Breaker, I guess.
They ramp, yeah, they have that new Luna, but that new Luna is kind of
Okay,
stinky.
bro. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's Profane Bargain, which they wanted it to work with Hit. The problem with Profane Bargain, though, is that it's Profane Bargain text.
Yeah, that card is a very interesting one.
It's cool, but if I did draw Profane Bargain, a lot of the time I would just be losing
Good
on
game, well
material.
played.
Yeah, yeah, GG, well played. And even then, like, even when I got Profane, there was literally nothing to cast because I needed to run one drops in this group, or else I would lose.
Mhm.
Because my turn twos suck if I don't.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
A lot of the time, I'd get bad hands, and then I just couldn't cast anything because I don't know. What is stud fixing? You need to feast first in order to get your Nansens. But I can't feast if I don't have cards on the field.
Or
Toothy
if you
Deer
draw your
Colony.
2 white starter.
That works. Oh my god. Toothy Deer Colony is a 10 times better version of Impish Hunter.
It looks very good.
This is amazing. This is a lovely, lovely card, except for the fact that it just why do you do this? Why must you make me feast twice? Sometimes
Yeah.
I just couldn't cast this card because feast twice, and everything's taking out stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is a 1,000 1,000, and it made it awesome. This card peak 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 peak. If you can get double starters, double of the 3 colorless guys plus chef turn 1, you can turn 2 this. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I don't
It seems like
know,
a very great card.
guys. Don't print 2 colorless starters that have a
Yeah,
once effect.
you know what? If your 2 colorless starter is gonna be printed, it better be like Nurkoi, where it actually does something, or just don't print it, please.
2 colorless starters are really hard to make anyways. I'm trying to think of some groups that do it well.
Um, Stars, they do it decently.
Isn't stars like Omega bad?
Really?
Yeah, they kind of just boil down to Cosmic Endowment high rolls.
Isn't that kind of the point of the group?
No, it shouldn't be abusing an overtuned card to make your group work.
Well, I mean, that's how it turned out. I
This is
guess
true. The group was so bad that I don't think. Well, actually, it ate a nerf, didn't it?
it did. Actually, I'm not sure.
I don't know. I just remember
Anyways,
that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, one day we'll kill Cosmic Endowment and everyone will be happy.
So old Legend Spirit is supposed to be the stall breaker, right?
Oh no.
Mm, mm,
Let's
just
hear it.
I know you said super dexterous. Oh my god. God, man, this card sucks as a
Does it
stall
really?
breaker
That's kind of insane.
because even if you're fighting stall or anything, this card has such low attack power that it'll probably die to whatever it's hitting. Like compare this to Steve, which is the exact same colored cost. I guess it doesn't feast, but they trade. They do trade.
Yeah.
It's just
My main issue with this is that like I could definitely see people running it in like Rainbow or something and just getting a bunch of like
it's
BS
rank
effects.
7, man. I mean,
It is
Rainbow.
rank 7, but you know, Titans and also other forages.
Okay, if it's Titans, they don't even need to try. Okay, you can literally run like literal garbage in Titans and probably win.
Fair enough, but like we also don't need to be giving Titans more things.
Okay, okay. This is less of like Titans, or this is less of like, oh, well, this card is way too good for Rainbow, and more of just Titans are so overpowered that they take any Rainbow card and then make it even more overpowered.
No,
Which
you're
is
right for that.
it probably means that Titans are bad design. Cough, cough, cough. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't run this in Titans purely because it doesn't help my early game. Titans already have the strongest late game in the entire game. 2 colorless steal all. Cough, 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 cough.
Yeah.
So they don't need this. They don't need this card. If it's rank 7, bro, they've probably already got all their Titans set up.
No, that makes sense.
Um, what else? What else? What else? I think that's it. Yeah, that's the entire group. Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
that's all of them.
Do you
Right.
want to review one more? It's
Um,
like a bonus one.
if you have a group for me, I'll review it, sure.
Oh, you're gonna love this.
It'll be impromptu. I have no slides.
I feel like you
So,
do better when you don't have slides. I'm gonna be honest.
yeah, you know
They're
what?
good
That's fine.
slides, but
Yeah. I just kind of follow the slide.
let me go ahead and grab the group. Cloaker's
Hey,
also gonna be reviewing this one.
Okay. Real quick, don't tell anyone I said this, but it is Stuttery's birthday. So if you see him, say happy birthday to Stutteries.
Quickly, everyone, tell them that Tone said them. Nah, don't
True.
do that.
Okay, let's see this. What does that say? Cacheonistas. Let me open that real quick.
Good luck, man. Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Oh, the arts look cool.
They're amazing arts.
Let's see. Okay, Cacheonistas. Play as a green-blue group of clothing spam bots and reap rewards by uploading copies of clothing again and again for profits. Factorized. That is their keyword. Stats added by this gear won't be removed from the attached fighter when the gear is returned. Um, I guess, bro. That's cool. Oh, real quick, before I go on to Cacheonistas, I would give this group a B. It seems pretty good. Um, it has some flaws, but it actually looks pretty good. I know GST said it like played awfully, but conceptually it's pretty nice.
What would you rate it?
B.
B. Okay. Yep, that's exactly what we gave it last time, actually.
Awesome. Great. Let's see. This is their starter. Noil rig. I think. I guess. When this card is cast, attach topware and bottomware to this card. When this card attacks and destroy another, return all colored gear to this card. That makes no sense.
So they meant to return it to hand, but go ahead and look at the
Uh,
tokens.
okay, sure, yeah, let's look at the tokens. Um, so first we have topware. Factorize, I forget, that just, this stats don't go away, great. Okay. When this card is cast, draw a fleeting card. Please don't give blue or green fleeting cards. That is not part of their pie.
Well, you can't exactly fix it because this card is kind of hella cheap.
That too. It gives buffs. It draws a card. Great. Bottomware. Factorized and inert and base plate. When this card is cast, all other colored gear gain 50 health and power. Who? Okay, that's yikes. Layerware. Factorized and inert and base plate. When this card is cast, recur selected fighter from your graveyard that costs 4 or less total studs. It is fading and costs 1 green and 1 blue less. That's
Defend the
oh
train card, except
boo.
expensive.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I kind of like that one. It's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool. I will admit.
Great. Topware and bottomware are kind of insane, but it has very bad stats for its cost, so I'll accept it.
Well, it
Contributor.
becomes a 400/400,
Oh, you're right, huh? It does.
and it also gives non-inert cards.
Dude, okay, yeah.
Uh-oh.
I didn't even think about that the gears have their own stats at first. Ugh. Great, let's move on. Contributor. Once each turn, whenever you discard a card, attach topware to a target. This is a okay. This is going to be instant D, or this is borderline schizophrenia just from these first two cards.
Oh boy, you're gonna. Oh. Okay,
Oh, am
okay.
I really? That
I
sounds
I can't say
awful.
anything. I can't say anything. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're doing good.
Great. Let's continue this spiral, shall we? Whenever you discard a card, attach topware to a target fighter, then return the newest gear on this card. That's give yourself 1 white, 1 blue, draw a card. Designer. Once each turn, when you discard a card, attach a bottomware to this card, then return the newest gear on a target fighter. Oh. One sec, let me read what bottomware does real quick again. When this card is cast, all allied color gear gain 50 health and power. Oh. Re-upload.app. When this card is cast, recur an allied Cacheonista gear. Once each turn, whenever a gear is attached to this card, return the newest gear on this card and you gain a fleeting colorless stud. That's cool. It makes all of your gears super cheap. Yikes. Ah, it's not fading either, that gear. Um,
Why would it be fading? What is fading? I don't know what fading is.
okay, dude. Why? Okay, you know what? This makes me really upset. So reupload.app is 3 green, but template_upscale.app is 1 white and 3 blue. And these are supposed to be part of the same cycle. Okay. Template_upscale.app. When this card is cast, recur an allied Cacheonista gear. Then all allied Cacheonista gear in your hand gain 100 health. Mind you, everyone, this whenever you return one of these gears, the stats don't go away. So they just keep growing and growing. That's amazing. Original designing. Search your deck for Cacheonista employee. Attach layered wear to a target fighter, then divide it. Hooray. This is really rough.
So I have a little bit of story to tell you about this. Originally, they didn't define what employee meant in the document itself. So a lot of the people thought that you could just divide the green acolyte, and then this card would just search itself. So you could get like martyr turn 2, turn 3.
Yeah.
Seems balanced.
Okay, so from what I understand from this, it's search your deck for no, never mind. You know what? You're right. It's just divide a target fighter for incredibly cheap.
Oh,
Please,
and it also searches because
it
yeah,
also searches because of course it does.
why wouldn't it?
Please don't print this. If you print this, I will smite you. Um, 10 plus outfit ideas. This is a rare fighter. It's a fighter, even though it's not framed like a fighter. Whatever. Okay. When you discard this card, return the newest gear on a target fighter. When this card attacks, return all colored gear on this card, then attach layered wear to this card. That's the one that recurs and reduces cost, by the way. Awesome. And it's any fighter that costs 4 less total studs. Okay, great. We got moderator. Haste. In green blue. Whenever a Cacheonista gear is attached to a fighter, that fighter gains overload. In green blue. Okay. All is fair in Love and Warn. Oh, this is a commander one. Okay. This commander can only move to the deck or field. I So is it a fighter? What I don't understand what this card is going for. I'm gonna assume that it can either be on its commander zone or in the deck. Maybe. I don't understand. Whenever you cast a gear, if this is in the commanding zone, this commander loses 300 health. When this card is cast, search your deck for Cacheonista employee. Why does it destroy itself? It has no reason to destroy itself.
Okay. I'm gonna try and explain their thought process here.
Please do.
Yes. So it's a one colorless, two blue. Um,
Mhm.
and then you know how commanders move to a zone when they die?
Oh, okay.
Yes. So that it was their idea. However, they fucked up. See, when it casts, it draws a card, right?
Yeah.
However, it then shuffles itself into your deck. So you need to draw it
Oh,
again. However,
that's
what does its effect do? It draws a card. So there is no reason to ever shuffle this into your deck other than like
yeah.
you don't want to deck out, which by itself is lame design. Um, so the only option this has is to become a fighter. And in that case, it is a one colorless, two blue fighter that draws you a card. That has no synergy pretty much with the rest of the other group.
I will say
Because
it doesn't draw, it searches.
oh, it search. My bad. It
It's
doesn't
the
draw.
same thing
It
though. It's all
searches.
the same. It's still tech. So when it says a Cacheonista employee, does it mean commanders too, or is it just any like fighter?
I don't know. They didn't define it anywhere on the document. That's why we had the panic attack, thinking that the action searched itself.
Ugh.
Um, so I guess it would if we use like, yeah, common
I'm just
sense, guys.
for common sense, just for I'm going to assume that employees count as only fighters. I'll try and give it some grace. That makes the most sense to me.
Sure.
I hope that's what they were going for.
Egg Emporium kind of has the same terminology where the terrain gives you an employee, I
Yeah.
guess. But the problem is that the terrain can't even give actions. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's look at the legendary, shall we?
Hooray. Preastron Dev. Or legendary with awful stats. I guess it grows though, so that's fine. Um, rank 6. When this card is cast, summon two Cacheonista employees from your graveyard that have died this game that cost 4 or less total studs. Sure. Attach a Cacheonista guard. Wow. Attach a Cacheonista gear from your graveyard to each allied fighter. Um,
It's ranked. Oh my god.
it's ranked. Oh no.
It's ranked.
Surely this makes it like balanced.
I don't even know if this is ranked. This could probably be unranked. It'd be the exact same card.
It's rank 6 in green blue. You're gonna get that on turn 2.
Yeah.
Um, anyways, to sum this one up, it is a green blue group that focuses on mass attaching gears. Um, I think they were trying to go for a group that would work well with the wide gears,
Hmm.
and it would a little too well. Um, these gears just grow so much, and their stats don't go away. Pain. Green blue getting all that power gain. I think I'm gonna cry a little bit. This group is schizophrenia. That's what I would rate it.
Holy shit! Schizo. Nothing salvageable here.
I don't think so. It's fundamentally like you
Oh
can't
yeah,
save
this
this.
group was awful in testing as well. Um,
What did it like play bad or was it like insane?
so it had no play lines that were like
Oh my,
consistent. Let's look at the starter again because I just
yeah.
want to go over how batshit insane this card is. So it is a 3 colorless 400/400. Give yourself a green and blue stud when this card attacks and destroys another. So already, holy shit, supersonic ramp on basically
Yeah.
vanilla. So you could probably just use this in like any deck you want. Mono green, mono blue.
Any
Not
group
enough.
that uses any of these colors.
Yeah, sure, why not? Um,
Ugh,
let's go on to the next one though. Contributor and designer.
sure thing.
So you might think that you want to turn one these, but your starter is so much better that if you go second, you're better off playing two starters than these. Their main gimmick, okay, just don't ignore the gears. They scale way too slowly. There's
Okay.
0 cards who actually scale here. The green one is the only one, and it's just too much. Too expensive to grow the gears. So just don't even think about it because of course, guess what? The gears cost white studs.
Uh,
So it makes it impossible to play the group when everything costs white.
how it feels to run Baby Lua.
Yeah, Baby Lua. So,
Honestly, it's a good card. don't knock
dude,
Baby
Lua is
Lua.
busted. Holy shit.
Don't knock him.
Dude, they buffed it for no reason. Why is it permanent?
Yeah. Well, that's a great question.
We forgot.
Not my doing.
Designer. No, both of these
Monkey.
cards are pretty much the exact same. The problem was,
Except one of them is target fighter. That's awkward. And that sounds much better.
um, yeah, a little bit. You could use this with like fucked up spiral to get their shit. I don't know. That's such a niche
Dude,
thing,
I
anyways.
just realized contributor is literally just once each turn when you discard, give yourself top wear.
Yes, literally. The,
And
the the entire point of these cards are that they dual gen,
dude, I'm sorry, this group is schizophrenia.
and they also gain the stat bonuses from it. By the way,
Yeah, because of course they do, dude. Of course they do.
reload. Let's look at the nightmare reprints.
Sure.
Recurring and allied Cacheonista gear means that your game plan now becomes not keeping the gears in your hand. I don't even know why you'd really recur them anyways, other than just you want a 2 green fighter.
Yeah,
Um,
there's no reason to recur them unless you want to like discard them.
yes, because the entire point behind the green one is that it only does gears that are already attached. So like what?
Mm,
There's nothing that buffs in hand either.
hold
So
on a second. Is there any gears that cost? Oh wait, never mind. It's only once each turn.
yeah.
I was about to say
Um,
if there was a gear that costs 1 white, that would go infinite.
it's
But no,
once each turn though.
yeah, I read that.
My bad, bro.
Thank God.
Um, here's Tetris card. So the fun thing you could do actually is you could take designer and then you
Mhm.
could attach it to reupload.app and then you just get a
Oh,
free white stud.
because of
That's it.
course you
I don't know. Let's go to template upscale.
Hooray.
Wow, they gain 100 health. I wonder. Oh my god. It's an on
Yeah.
cast. Why is this on cast? Why is it just does its effect and then it just does nothing for the rest of the game?
You
Bro.
know what? This deck reminds me of synthetic substrates. I'm not sure what it is. It's probably just like the long-lasting small stat buffs. But it's just like, dude, why?
Yeah. Also, grouping it is lame. It should have been all gears in your hand. Boo.
No, please don't do
What?
that. That
Think about it. Think
sounds
how cool that would be.
annoying. That sounds really annoying. I think it would be cool, but like, come on. Let's see. What do we got next? Original designing.
Busted
What
ass
do you think?
card.
What do you think about these three little fellas here?
I think original designing can't be printed at all.
No, of course not. No, that's two. That's one white divide.
Yeah.
We're not
I,
printing
I
that, bro.
yeah, especially since mono green can run this. And then you just have ramp. Yeah, that's
Uh,
bad. Don't do that.
awkward.
Green draw?
Um,
Sure.
Retro. Yeah,
Oh, it is green draw. They
it
failed.
is.
Technically not draw. Not draw, guys. Not
It
draw.
is search. You know what? Overseer growth ritual is not draw, guys. Or so they
Tentacles?
say. Yes, it is. Overseer growth ritual is draw. Stop
Yeah,
saying it's not.
exactly, guys. I win. You lose.
10 output
Um,
ID is kind of just a nothing burger. It attaches layer wear. Hooray.
when you discard this card, guys,
Woohoo.
we now are base plating the group. Because why would we play the group when we can just base plate it? Right?
We love wacky funds triggers.
Guys,
And oh, and shinies.
isn't this group so amazing that I get to base plate it? Why would I play the
This
group?
group
Because it
it
goes in the
fills me
base
with
plate.
so much whimsy, dude.
Guys, don't make requirements that require you to have your group in the base plate. Because that means that whoever's playing the group is not going to play the group because they're just going to base plate all of the grouped cards in order to play like one card. You guys know
You
acolytes?
I will say that base plating stuff is cool enough as long as it's like actually worth something. This is just like, what does he even do?
I,
It's
it,
like
it-
shinies, you know,
it's
when you
cool if
discard
it's
this
worth it,
card.
bro. Come on, bro. Please,
When you
Bardstown.
discard this card, seek shinies. What does he even do?
Yeah, bro. He does nothing except fuel my blue high rolls. There's actually that Bargetown card that gives you a card when you base plate the group. However, the card is like
Oh,
Omega Ass.
is it
Unless
barista or the starter? Is it DV
it's a
stock or
starter. It's a
barista?
starter.
Okay,
The
DV
starter
stock too then.
requires you to base plate the group every single turn in order to trigger its effect. And the card is so dog shit to play because of that. That it makes the
Ah,
entire group feel like ass. Why? Because the two colorless starter they printed to go with it is also garbage. Hmm,
yeah.
guys, Smuggle isn't worth all that. Smuggle is like mid. Just let me have my free Smuggle every turn. Please. Please, sir.
Please let me
Moderator.
smuggle. Yeah, let's see moderator. It
Moderator's
has the
cool.
Mr. Doombringer stats.
It does. I like it. I like the card. Damn, it got robbed.
Yeah.
Why is it here,
It doesn't
bruh?
it doesn't even attach overload. I think that sucks.
I know, it would be so cool.
I think that would make it actually somewhat usable.
Yes,
It's not
exactly.
usable.
Because it's a free gear. Dude, imagine what they could have done if they had like free gears and shit. Then the green gear could have been actually worth it instead of
Yeah.
garbage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I guess this does have haste
Yeah,
though.
green blue overload doesn't exist. Womp womp.
Green, blue, haste, and overload.
Green blue haste. Blue has haste.
Well, I mean, green, blue doesn't. Is there a single green, blue card that has haste?
Yes, inventor.
Dude,
I win.
inventors.
GG.
You know what, you win. I hate that card. If it was up to me, if I could like slime flat flyer out, I would make that card like an 800 200.
What are you, dude? You're evil. Let green blue have this.
Let them eat.
Yeah, you nerfed Melvin hat. What are
They
they
did
gonna?
nerf
They're
Melvin Hat.
starving now. This is
I
all they
just want
have,
to show them what happens to a little green blue decks when they don't behave.
bro. And this is why we're buffing mono red.
This is why we're buffing mono red.
All right, let's move on to Allos, Love, and Warn. This card failed
Whatever.
as a commander.
I could not understand it at all. Even with
It-
like the context of
yeah,
commander, it's just like, dude.
this card fucking sucks. The fact that it can shuffle into your deck is literally just a trap option.
Do you get to choose?
Yes.
Okay, that's good at least.
So it's effectively a 300/300 that searches one. Which, okay, it's bad stats for its cost. Its effect sucks. This isn't even really a commander since it just kills itself immediately. What the fuck?
Hooray.
So yeah, you failed. Where this group probably should have been disqualified because this is not a real commander. You finessed the system, and I wish I had enough balls to say that this group was disqualified when I was actually doing the judging and shit. Because
This group is disqualified
wow,
for being ass.
yeah, S. Pistron Dev. I rank 6 for no reason. Summon 2
What
Cacheonistas from your graveyard.
what could possibly have
Oh.
happened for this card to need rank 6?
They beat Tarbot once. Clearly.
Nerf it, guys. I'm sorry. This deck is overpowered.
I just there's like why does the legendary have such garbage stats? Why is there no like real stall breaker? I understand
You
overload, good for them for giving cards overload. But like if I fight anything that actually wants to do shit and play the video game, then I lose. I lose. Unless of course I'm using these cards as like individual cards. In that case they're overpowered.
I just it's so this group just makes me angry. Like almost every card costs white. Um there's no you're not ramping to anything except like other green blue top ends.
Oh
Have
yeah, the group
fun
caps out at 3 green, 3 blue, doesn't it?
yeah, 3 green, 4 blue.
Oh my bad, my bad.
Have fun ramping to Raizaki's exploration, I guess, dude. Pop off.
Oh. Reggie. No, dude, it's not Worm. It's not Worm.
I
This
just
group
don't understand.
this group was made before Worm, by the way.
Was it really?
I think so.
I,
The Milkman comp was a long time ago. Anyways,
I, I can't wait to ramp to Grimclaw the Sacred.
yes, Grimclaw. Yeah, we're ramping to Grimclaw here. All right, well, thank you,
Right.
Tone,
Okay. Yeah,
for
of course.
going on.
Actually, real quick, I would
Oh, go
like
ahead.
to just do something very quick.
Oh, go
If
ahead. I'm
anyone
gonna go
has
ahead
any
and leave though.
questions, yeah, okay, yeah. Thanks, GST, for joining us.
Oh, you're
If you
more than
guys
welcome,
have
man.
any questions, then just ask them. I'll answer a few, and then I'll also head out. Oh yeah, don't leak either. How much? Actually, design balancing related, buddy. He only paid me $2. That sucks. Nope. I cannot give opinions on keywords. Don't leak. You will be slimed out if you leak any part of your group. How do you do a two colorless starter? You don't. Please, if you guys have two colorless starters, I would heavily reconsider them. They're just so hard to balance. Um, how many pure costs would a group need? A lot. Um, it kind of depends on how your group is made. I would probably do like three, maybe four. Oh, again, a coalition. I don't. I low key forgot which one that is. Hmm. Let's see. Actually, this card kind of sucks. But you know what? Sure, I guess. Don't print it though, dude.